Tele-Domotic is a concept for extended home automation. This presentation gives you an overview of the vision behind the concept, reviews the needs and opportunities related to the concept, and also provides a detailed description of the Tele-Domotic system. Now imagine an environment that gives you access, control, monitoring, and reporting capabilities on the electronic and electric devices you own. Imagine being able to access your home, office, second home electronic devices and electrical appliances through a regional, national, or global 4G network. Imagine being able to have security, comfort, control, and always-on access to your devices no matter the distance that separates you. Imagine the feat of science fiction technology often left to become a reality for celebrities only, becoming true for the average citizen. The Tele-Domotic concept is founded on the ability to use broadband networks for improved access, control, surveillance, and monitoring of your electronics and electrical appliances. The need to have reliable access and control of our electronic devices is becoming more prevalent due to our increased reliance on electronic and computing technologies. Tele-Domotic is a concept for improved convenience, surveillance, monitoring, and reporting of our working and living environments. This concept aims to provide a universal plug-in unit that would allow the average electrical appliance and the average electronic device to be accessed, controlled, monitored, and programmed from anywhere at any time and through any 3G or 4G connected device. Now let your imagination do the rest. For the meantime, consider the opportunity of having converged, pervasive, and distributed access to electronic and electrical devices alike. The system is adequate for monitoring, distance control, but also for energy consumption reduction measures, surveillance, and pre-programmed operations. This can be made possible via the development of what we've named here the Universal 4G Plug-in Interface that would allow users to simply plug in their existing electrical and or electronic devices for access, control, monitoring, and reporting purposes. The devices are fit for inside environments such as your home, your office, your vacation home, or any industrial setting. All environments will lend themselves to be accessed for remote control of electronic and electrical devices they contain, from surveillance cameras all the way to programmable entertainment devices such as your DVR. More applications of the system would include programming and control of traditional electrical devices, remote alarm systems enabled through a variety of stimuli, and energy consumption monitoring in any dedicated area via the interfaces presented in the upcoming slides. These devices rely on the bandwidth capabilities of 4G networks to provide high-speed access to electrical and electronic devices anywhere within the 4G network via an extended suite of 4G plug-in devices. For greater interactivity with existing electrical and electronic devices, the presented plug-in units can also transfer data via electrical wiring, via wireless, that includes Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee or WiMAX, and via the phone line. The main unit has direct access to the 4G network and has a connection with each of the daughter plug-in devices that can also be used for energy consumption monitoring on each of the devices they're connected on. Now that's in addition to their access, surveillance, control, and monitoring functions. These are some overview diagrams of the subsystems involved in the 4G main transceiver unit and daughter 4G plug-in units. The system grants remote access to any Wi-Fi device within your home, to any device connected to the electrical wiring within your home, to any device connected to the phone line within your home, to any Zigbee or Bluetooth device within your home, all of which can be accessed, controlled, monitored through the 4G network. Now let's consider the main hardware elements of the system. The 4G transceiver unit is the controlling unit. All data transfers to the unit coming from or going to any end user device within a given area. The access to devices can be done through wired and wireless connections, depending on the end application and device compatibility. The unit handles data processing and transfer functions between the external 4G network and all internal data plug-in units and devices on the personal area network. The data plug-in device is an embedded appliance built around a 4G connection. It allows simple connectivity to any electrical and or electronic device and can provide connections based on USB, electrical wiring, local and extended wireless networking methods. Now, the main hardware elements of the 4G transceiver unit include a processing element, a storage element, and interfaces based on Wi-Fi, home PNA, home plug, and 4G. The data plug-in elements include a processing element, a storage element, and interfaces that include USB connection, electrical wiring connection, phone line connection, Zigbee, and Bluetooth connections. Now, let me give you an example of how the system might be used. Let's say that you forgot to set up your digital recording device for tonight's basketball game and you happen to be at work. Now, you can simply get your 4G PDA and launch the Tele-Domotic application. Then choose your DVR device. In the function specific to the DVR device, you can select the function appropriate to set up the recording of the game that night. Since you won't get home until after 11 p.m. and there's been robberies lately in the neighborhood, you set the alarm system for the house remotely. And you set up your cameras to record the front porch until you get home. Now here's another example of how the system might be used. Let's say you left your house in a hurry this morning because you were running late for your doctor's appointment. On your way out, you left the heater on in the living room and the TV on in your bedroom. Luckily, the Tele-Domotic devices installed in your home are monitoring all electrical and electronic devices consumption and were set to remain below a certain level of daily power consumption. Once a minimal level is being reached, the system creates an alarm to warn you of the issue, which you can receive directly on your PDA. Now, once the minimal level is being reached and the alarm is being sent through your PDA, you have access to the 4G main transceiver unit within your house. That in turn grants you access to a list of electrical and electronic devices that are currently working within your house. You can then turn off the heater and TV in your bedroom and thereby preserve considerable energy throughout the day. Now these are just a couple of instances where the system would be handy, but in fact there are a variety of situations where the system would be very handy. The overall system is going to require low-level and high-level programming to implement device configurations, access, control, monitoring, and reporting functions, among others. Some of the access and control features considered are device listing, device selection, and of course access control, addition and configuration of new devices. The Tele-Domotic concept is still in the development stages. With an overview of the system architecture, we're reviewing, considering, and comparing core chipsets that will be at the heart of the 4G transceiver unit and the 4G data plug-in units, especially for the communications and data transfer interfaces. Now we suggest that the daughter 4G plug-in units be designed around an ARM processing architecture, while the 4G transceiver unit design should be based on an Intel architecture. Overall, the Tele-Domotic system is home automation integrated with a consumer-oriented lifestyle. It relies on 4G network capabilities to facilitate long-distance access, viewing, controlling, and monitoring of any electrical and electronic device within a given area. The system provides added comfort, but also provides surveillance, security, entertainment, and energy consumption saving features. Now I want to thank you for the consideration you've allowed me through this presentation and welcome any questions you might have regarding the concepts, application, and devices presented here.